Welcome to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the big, butch, manly reality podcast that spent more than a few nights with old queens. I'm Andrew Wheeler.
And I'm Shane Holland, pitching for the Blue Jays.
And, that's right, we're being good Torontonians this week.
But I'm keeping it incognito.
Toronto.
No.
This was the next hoodie in my rotation, so keeping my traitorousness up. Yes, we are talking about the traitors. We skipped last week, so we will be talking about episodes 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. We will be talking about everything except the final, which hasn't aired yet. So, spoilers for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then next week, we hope to have an episode up as soon as we can after the final has aired. We're doing our best, people. Like and subscribe.
Oh, mama.
So,
I cannot wait to talk about that final because this has been an incredible season. This might be the worst cast of Faithful we've ever seen. And I said that for Canada last season 3 of Canada Traitors.
with good reason. Yeah.
With good reason, but both times I have found it some of the most entertaining television. People, when they are strong and wrong, oh my god, it's so entertaining.
That's your favorite.
It's my favorite. I mean, God, I have a type.
Yeah, I found Canada a little more infuriating than this. I think because these personalities are they're bigger and they're more, they're slick. This is a great cast. Whatever they did, it was going to be fun to watch. But yeah, the story arc of these 4 episodes that we're talking about today is very much how useless can you be? Like I had in my notes for episode 5, like my first note for episode 5 was, if they don't get rid of Jonathan in this episode or the next, it's going to kill the momentum. It's going to be a bad season. They are so screwed. And I was half right about that. Like they did not send Jonathan away. It did. I think it did impact the momentum. I think last week's episodes felt a bit of a trudge.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still been a good show, even in spite of how pathetic these traitors have been. And the story of finally getting Jonathan out, that is the story that these 2 weeks have been trying to tell us.
I've got to say, I still have hope for the faithful at the end of this season. I think that those who remain are finally getting it together in a way where they're saying the right names. They just can't seem to pull a game plan out of their ass to save their life. But now that there's so few of them and they're so aligned, it feels like this could possibly be a faithful winning season. We shall see. I mean, the traitors are just so smooth. They're so good at weaseling out of every situation they've been in. And I am talking about Alan Carr. He has been on the name on everybody's lips, and yet he slips right off like grease. Alan.
Sorry.
Used to be Walthy, but now it's Alan.
No, you can't keep triggering my Chicago reflex.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the fact is, we now know the final 3 traitors. The final 3 faithful are Nick, Joe, David. There won't be a murder. There won't be a recruitment, surely, because that would screw everything.
Is this one of the only seasons that hasn't had a single recruitment? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. So did that Australia season 2? I think they recruited one person.
And I think the first season of UK and maybe the first season of Canada and a couple other countries, they hadn't created that dynamic yet. Was it like new in season 2? I can't remember. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. But yeah, it's unusual this day and age. But it's because these traitors have been smooth sailing it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we have Nick and Joe are kind of a dream team. Like those two, if they are aligned, they're golden. The problem is David. David is the unknown quantity right now because they still, I think, suspect he could be a traitor. He still could be suspecting anyone. So it's a question of, can Alan and Kat get David on side to get rid of Nick or Joe? Then the traitors have won, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But if Nick and Joe can stay aligned and can get David on side, it's basically who can persuade David. That's what it comes down to, I think.
And I mean, God, it's so funny. David has not had a lot of screen time in this season.
No.
We barely have gotten to know his personality, and here he is, the linchpin to the entire thing.
Yeah, he's just silent but deadly.
Mostly deadly.
He's a historian, trying his best to be vivacious.
Try a little harder.
He's going to be cancelled by all the historians now. Um,
They're a dying breed anyway. I don't think we have to worry too much. We've had some
his history is
amazing
over.
eliminations in these past 4 episodes, and I think
Yeah.
we have to talk about the biggest one of them all, Lucy Beaumont. Poor
That's right. The big dog herself, Lucy
the
Beaumont.
big dog. I mean, that was actually kind of heart-wrenching when she went, because she is, I mean, first of all, she's so little. So when that like 8-foot chess piece comes out, like dwarfing her, she just looks so scared already. And then she turns around and it's just this sad little face. And you're like, I felt bad for her. Our friend Carl was with us watching the Jays game last night, Go Sports, and he said that it feels like they are less invested because the money is going to a charity. Granted, he'd only seen the first few episodes up to last night, and we argued that a lot of seasons start out this way, particularly the ones that have celebrities in them. But I said, like, we have reached a turning point in this game around episode 5 where people are actually like invested in it now. And the fact that the money's not going to them but to a charity seems to have like gone out of the window, and this is purely about gameplay, and it's about bragging rights for them now, and it's really starting to take a toll on their emotions and their vulnerabilities, and it's beautiful to see. And that's what was so sad about Lucy, was that she seemed genuinely upset that she was being taken out, and she was shocked that it was Alan who was doing it,
and that it was Kat. She was
Kat. Oh, sorry, yes, and Kat. She was, man, poor Kat. Kat is gonna have to do some damage control after this season.
Yeah, Lucy was like not holding back. Like Kat said, I'm sorry, and Lucy said it's not good enough. And it's like, oh my God. I mean, I hear you, but oh my God, what a thing to say.
I want to be on that show and be that level of petty.
As opposed to not being on that show and being that level
and
of petty.
being that level of petty. Yeah.
I will say about the money and the charities, what they haven't said, but what I think will prove to be true, because this is a BBC show, each celebrity has chosen a charity that is close to their own heart. So they are genuinely trying to get the money to charities they care about, charities that they're involved in, probably charities that they're patrons of. And the reason we don't know which charities is because they don't tease you with like, I'm playing for multiple sclerosis, and then you get kicked out, and it's like, well, they're getting no money from this. So yeah, at the end, whoever divides the money, we will learn what their charities are, and they're bound to be things they actually care a lot about. So I think it actually
it's going to be a tearjerker.
Important. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really appreciate that, because so many times in these celebrities playing for charity reality programs, you do know the entire way through. And it is always such a letdown when you're like, oh, well, boys and girls clubs are going to have to continue to suffer.
Yeah.
Not knowing
I guess those dogs
going to
are
make the
have to
reveal
be
so strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was very much a
I guess those children are going to have to be.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the other people to leave us? Do you want to go through them in order, or?
Okay, that's a great idea.
Let's see.
I think the first we start off is with Charlotte Church. Yeah, murdered overnight between episode 4 and 5.
Yeah, yeah. Not a shock. I think we'd predicted she would be the one most likely to go. Coming out of that, we had the Mark versus David round table, which was kind of heartbreaking because two faithfuls who both convinced that the other is a traitor, and whatever the outcome, it was going to be the same outcome, just a different person going home. And that it went to a third round of voting.
I say hilarious. We clearly are coming at this from different emotional standpoints.
I will say, I found it very exciting. I found it very tense. Like, given that these were not two of the people I care about, particularly in this house, yeah, I was excited. I was gripped.
Yeah, me too. I actually did feel like on the edge of my seat. Again, knowing that the outcome was going to be sad for everyone, it's still like, it was still like a really great debate, and I had no idea which way it was going to go. I mean, shout out to the editors of the Traitors UK, who do an amazing job of holding the cards this close to their chest every time. It's never really telegraphed which way any of these roundtables are going to go.
Yeah, it's true. And I think the quote of the season for me came in episode 5, where David was saying, everyone's targeting me, and if I survive this, then they'll send me home next time. And Lucy Beaumont says, we tend to move on, to be honest. And she was so right. Like the next day, he had like 1 vote at the round table. She absolutely spotted the
She nailed
pattern
it.
that they always move on. They're like, you're the second most votes at the table, and then tomorrow we're all going to forget completely.
Yeah. I mean,
We tend to move on, to be honest.
So spot on. That's incredible. I mean, once again, proving why she's one of my favorites. Bring her back for an All-Stars.
That would be wild if they went straight to an All-Stars on the back of this one season.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same people. Next up, we had Joe Wilkinson murdered by the traitors overnight. Yeah. That was tough because Joe was along with the other Joe, they were finally putting the pieces together, and he was one of the few people to put Kat's name out there. He was fervently in favor of Jonathan Ross, and then to have him extinguished like that, well, I'm surprised it didn't put more heat on those people, considering that he had said their names out loud. But again, these are a stupid group of faithful.
This is the narrative. All the time, it's like all the evidence is pointing towards these 3 people. So now we'll send home
Mo.
So yeah, we lost one Joe, and the other Joe, I think, lost his heart in that moment. I mean, poor Joe Marler having the emotional roller coaster ride, but with very few ups. It's just a roller coaster that's constantly going down for poor Joe.
I mean, that sounds fun, but
long walk to get back from the exit though. And then killing Stephen, an idea that, are we there? Yes.
Yeah, that's the next.
Yeah. Yes. The next round table, killing Stephen. Jonathan in the turret is shrugging off the idea of killing Stephen in his blasé way. But killing Stephen puts Jonathan so firmly in the frame that it seemed like he should have been way more invested in how, like, that was the end for Jonathan Ross. Like, there was no way he could last more than another episode past killing Stephen Fry. And yet it didn't even seem to occur to him. And this is why I think Jonathan wasn't actually that great a player, for all that he's a super fan. I think he got very lucky with a lot of the way it played out. And it was, for a situation where it seemed inevitable that Alan was going to be the first traitor to go, Jonathan wrestled that position away from him.
Oh, yeah. Like a bear charging at you in the woods, Jonathan said, no, hold my beer. I've got this. It was when everyone is talking about the big dogs, it's either Stephen or it's Jonathan to get rid, like, to not even have murdered Stephen, but to banish him. That's the stupid thing. Yeah. It's like Stephen is the one that you want to murder, to be like, like, clearly it's not Jonathan, because Jonathan wouldn't do such a stupid thing as to banish or to murder the other big dog. No, instead, let's bring his name up at the round table so everyone can see the game that I'm playing. Yeah. And they caught on. They, like, Joe, Big Joe is, I mean, he's the leader of the faithful, and he kind of always has been, but he just nailed it finally said, like, we need to do this together. We need to vote out Jonathan next. And sure enough, that is what happened.
Yeah. And Nick and Joe, the emergence of that sort of tag team in episode 6, when they were playing the chess game, and they contrived the teams, and Joe was a saint and a gentleman for saying in, like, the subsequent episode, that was me. I was the one that said we should shuffle the teams. It wasn't just him, it was Nick as well. Like, the two of them were both saying that, so David was not wrong. And then Nick and Joe again were the ones that decided to fix the end result of the chess game, and, like, they have become the power couple of the season at this point. And and at that point, Nick already had Kat and Jonathan in his sights. Yeah, that's the narrative right there. Stephen is the next to go home at the round table, but my contention is that Stephen, whether they had killed him or he had been sent home at the round table, either way, Jonathan was finished at that point. However,
Oh
Stephen
yeah.
got removed from the table, Jonathan was gone next, which is what happens. Just it took forever to get there.
You know, it's always a bit of catharsis when they do get a traitor, and that was a lovely
Yeah,
bit of television. You
yeah,
know, usually we've seen at least one go home by this time, so it's never so delayed. To have
yeah,
us go, what, 7 episodes before that does finally happen,
yeah.
it actually felt like a relief, and it reminded me like, oh, this is how the game usually is.
That's it. Yeah, Jonathan, yes, we had that catharsis, but it's such a drag to not get any catharsis for 6 whole episodes. Like that was a real struggle. And this is the same episode where Lucy is killed. So, we start the episode on a
On a
low
huge
of losing
downer. Yeah.
Lucy. Lucy giving another of the quotes of the season, though this time not original to her. Alan killed Paloma, something that everyone says when they are killed off or eliminated. It's the 3 words that every faithful must say at some point. Alan killed
Alan
Paloma.
killed Paloma.
So then we lose Jonathan at last.
And and
And then we get the dinner party.
the dinner party was amazing, and I thought the murder in plain sight challenge was fantastic.
Mhm.
I thought surely there is no way someone could with a straight face say parting is such sweet sorrow, insert name here, and get away with it. And yet I've
And
never
yet,
been
well, the secret is not to do it with a straight face.
apparently. So we start off the next episode, like in a pretty sad way, getting rid of maybe the best player of the game, not like in terms of successful, but in terms of most fun to watch. Celia Imrie
Yeah.
gets murdered in the middle of the night, and she was just such an exciting part of this season. I absolutely love seeing an older woman being treated as one of the gang. Like her age had
Yeah.
nothing to do with pretty much anything this entire season, and she was like more lively than half of the cast. So to see her go home right here, so close to the end, and you could tell like how much it hit her. She
Heartbroken.
wanted to make it to the end.
Yeah, Celia, I think, has cemented her status as a national treasure through this
Mhm.
show. I feel like her stock has shot up. And she was both like everyone loved her, but also everyone treated her as dangerous, which I loved. She was genuinely a
Oh, I
threat
love a
to
dangerous
traitors
older
and
woman.
faithful alike, it seemed like.
Oh yeah.
And in killing her, Alan made sure he was the biggest dog left in the room. She was the last true big dog, I feel like. So yeah, that was Alan really fighting for top billing on this season.
He didn't have to fight hard. I mean, he's been incredible. He has given us so much. And like he's making me appreciate all of his other work even more by him being on this season. I'm like, you know what? I actually really like Alan Carr. I always just thought he was a bit annoying, but now I'm like, I get you. I see a lot of myself in
He
you.
has he has a shtick and he sticks to it, I suppose. Killing Celia Imrie is going to devastate his public image, I feel like. Alan killed Paloma is one thing, but Alan killed Celia, I mean.
That's not a narrative you want to carry with you.
But we did get the great line from Alan in this episode. I want Kate Garraway to Kate go away.
Go away.
Joe and Kat, perfect reaction
The
in that
slow
moment.
clap. Oh yeah.
Also, Claire Balding looks like Boris Johnson. The heads. Oh my God, that was so funny.
Wasn't wrong. I like that they did point out, like, some of them look a lot like us, and then some of them do not. I like,
Really
and
don't.
Claudia Winkleman holding up her head. I was like, they couldn't get the hair right. Like, when has she had a bob that goes in like this? Her hair comes down in a straight curtain. That should be the easiest
Yeah.
wig in the world. It requires no styling. That was a great challenge, by the way. I love a laser crawl.
Yes, and having it be the heads was so twisted and funny. And the way they went at it, just all of them like charging
Once.
across as one.
I mean, honestly, like indicative of the way that they played this game, there was no game plan. Let's just all do
100%.
our own thing and hope for the best. And then leave the biggest, clumsiest person for last to ensure that we make the most amount of money. I mean, God, it was incredible. And he did it Joe Marla is MVP of this entire season. Absolutely have
I love
loved
that
watching him.
Claudia was not just cheering him on, she was giving him advice. She was like,
Like,
no,
what
stop,
other
no,
show
wait.
does the host participate in the challenge?
It's so funny. She's so on his side. And him describing himself as moving like an oil rig. Oh my God, I love that.
Oh, I get it. I get it. God, I'd get him if I could.
Chance would be a fine thing. The challenges overall, pretty great, pretty solid all season. And I'm with Mark that I would love to be caught up in that net. I would love actually to
Oh, yeah.
do that bridge challenge. Like that looks
Oh,
like so much fun to me. I would be
that
volunteering in a second.
I mean, I loved Kat all season, but seeing her shrieking up there and just losing her cool was so much fun. Yeah, definitely a highlight of the season.
I assumed that the guides were supposed to help them because they would be like blindfolded or something.
That's what I
Clearly,
thought
I
too,
think
but they
maybe
just
that
get to
was the
stand
original
there.
plan. They just stood there doing that. I think the insurance were like, no, you cannot blindfold these people. These are national treasures.
You're
So
going to
the
put
guide just
Celia
stood there
Imrie in
being
a
like,
blindfold across a fucking rickety bridge? She's going to die.
no, not in the fun way that this show is going to kill her eventually.
In the literal way.
So yeah, we had some good physical challenges. We had the return of the chess challenge, which was very curtailed. I mean, maybe they just showed us a very short edit of that because they only showed us 3 pieces, which I'm sure can't have been the whole thing.
No, definitely
But
not.
yeah, I was excited by these challenges, and I assume we will get some insane business with the lake and a helicopter in the final.
We always get it. I think we've only seen the one where they have to like drop something onto a target once before. That might have been actually no. We saw it in the last US season. We saw it in the last Canada season. I think this might be the first time they do it in the UK season. That's usually the way the trend goes.
Who's going to jump out of a helicopter? I mean, Nick Mohammed is going to jump out of
Nick.
a helicopter. Nick
Oh,
Mohammed will
100%.
do everything.
And
He
Joe.
is
Nick and Joe.
Yeah, Joe, I think, will be less enthusiastic about it because, again, big lads and parachutes don't always get along. I say that as someone who is a big lad, has done a parachute jump and had the people putting me into the parachute being like, okay, good luck.
How did it go? Did you survive?
Still waiting to find out, honestly. Waiting to get my results.
You look like a ghost, but I mean, I am much darker than you.
That's just the English thing. So, yeah, excited to see that happen in the final. We do lose Kate Garraway at the final real round table. I mean, there will be another round table, but at that point, it's the end game. Devastating that they couldn't find one more traitor. I wonder if they would have let the traitors recruit or murder if they were down to one traitor at the end.
I think so. I think that's happened before. Like a last minute recruitment has happened and has been devastating.
Freddie.
But no, yes, exactly. Poor Freddie.
Poor Freddie.
But yeah, I can see at this point, oh God, I don't know. Okay, I'll put the question out there. At this point, who do you think walks away with the money?
I think if they can get Alan, then the faithfuls win. But I think the traitors are going to take it. I think in the end, Alan is going to be able to sway them, even though when standing there, forced to say, I am a faithful, both Alan and Kat screwed the pooch. Neither of them could do it with a straight face, which is like baffling to me. Like, it's not a hard lie to tell, I feel like.
Is that the first time that they've had to do that? Like, have they not practiced in a mirror?
Right, yeah. Yeah, no, ridiculous. And then Alan says it in the turret to Kat and just delivers it straight out to the one person who knows it's not true. Like, what? Yeah. No one else can see you now, Alan. Why are you saying I'm a faithful when you're standing there in your robe in the turret?
People fail upwards all the time, and this show has proven that.
Boy. So, yeah, I feel like Alan and Kat are probably going to take it. The question is whether they both take it. I wouldn't be shocked if Kat screws over Alan. Maybe the other way as well. It's possible as well because Alan has proved to be devious, but I think the traitors are probably gonna sew this up. What about you? Do you think similar?
I do. I think if any of the faithful walk away, it's going to be Joe because he's the only one who has correctly identified them all at this point.
Yeah.
I think Nick has said David too often. David is not playing this game like the rest of them are. But yeah, I just have a feeling that Alan is going to do a little backstabbing to make up for his bad play the night before. get Cat out of there, and then run away with the whole thing.
Okay, so you're saying Alan to take it, I'm saying Cat to take it, but we're both saying the traitors are going to win
Yeah.
this thing. Joe is going to be so angry. That man is so emotional.
Oh, I love him. I love him so much. But yeah, he's
No
we
poker
are going to
face on
see
that
a
man.
6 foot, 250-pound man cry next week. I'm sure of it.
Or turn red and have steam come out of his ears like in a cartoon.
Can't wait. Well, Andrew, this has been incredibly exciting. I cannot wait to do the finale with you. We will be watching it
Yes.
together, correct?
Yes. Looking forward to next week. And then till then, kiss kiss.
Bang, bang. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to this channel. You can follow Kiss Kiss Bang Bang on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at KKBBpod, or email us at kisskissbangbangpod@gmail.com.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is recorded in Toronto on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples.